Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. And if you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the live so that you can join in on the conversation. What is going on? Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is my 2 cents where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing and recapping the Ortiz versus Lawson card and how Ryan Garcia is ducking Big Hanos again, allegedly, and whatever else we get into. So what is up, everybody? Be sure to punch that like and subscribe button if you in the building. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. Happy New Year to everybody. This is the first live I'm doing of the new year. I hope everybody's new year hope this year be better than last year. I hope everybody 24 will be better than 23. And let's see who we got in the chat today. How is everybody doing? What is everybody up to? What y'all got going on? Again, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button and let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the video. I'll be dropping the link so people can hop up here, chit chat with me. You know, this is a chat based channel. I don't get up here just to get on my soapbox and just have everybody listening to what I got to say and my thoughts. I'm interested in hearing everybody's perspective, whether you agree, disagree, indifferent, neutral, it don't matter. We're just doing some nice little boxing talk today. So how was everybody's new year? Let's see. We got Noble Young in the building. What's going on? All things salute. Hey, all things, I was looking for you last night on Pull Counter. I ain't see you. We was watching the fight. You know how we do over there. Okay, all things. He say he listening and drinking. All right, all right. What up, Asante L? He say, I like that music. About to add that to my smooth tunes. Asante, you know I got that from Supreme L. Made that song for me for the channel. I asked him to, give me some grooves for the live. And he sent that to me. And actually, once this live is over, when I pin his channel in the comments. So y'all make sure y'all go check out Supreme L's channel. His music is great. I love it. You can add it to the smooth move, the smooth groove, smooth tunes. What you say, Santiago? The smooth tunes playlist. You can sip some wine to it. You can sit and have a conversation to it. You can clean up to it. I love it. I love it. I especially love the horns in that little song I was playing in the intro. It's just such a nice song. Such a nice song. So we got 8 people in the building. Hey, let me know you in here. Just drop a comment, say what's up. Let me know where you from. Let me know how y'all New Year went, what y'all did for New Year's Eve. Asante say he'll reach out to him. Yeah, check out his YouTube channel. Asante, he has a lot of music on there. He has a lot of music on there. So this year for New Year's Eve, I went to a friend of mine's house. We just chilled, ate some food, talked some noise. Nothing out of the extraordinary. I'm not really a big celebratory, is that a word? Celebratory person on the holidays. I really don't celebrate too many holidays, but it is a time when family gets together. So I just don't completely neglect my family. I do go hang out with family and friends, people off for work and stuff like that. So I like to do that during that time because other than that, people be extremely busy. They're extremely busy. So what did everybody think about that fight card last night? Fight card put on by the Zone. If I had to rank it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably give it a 6.5. It wasn't too bad. Usually I'll be a little irritated with them the Zone cards, but it wasn't too bad. I'm trying to think who was the fights on there that I seen. I seen the Barboza fight, and I seen Barboza and Barroza. What's the old guy's name? I seen that. Watched that fight and the Ortiz fight. So it was a pretty decent card, if I must say so. It was okay. Nothing to really write home about, but it was okay. Um, so what did y'all think about the Barboza fight? Arnold Barboza? Is that how you say his name? Let me drop the link real quick. What y'all think about that Barboza fight? I thought it was pretty cool. I thought the guy, man, I'm telling you, in the beginning of that fight, he was giving him some trouble. He was slipping them punches. He was countering them. He was hitting them pretty hard. I don't know if he didn't have no power or if Barboza could just really take a punch. I just dropped the link. Y'all come up here and chit chat with your girl. Or if he could just really take a punch. But listen, he had some really good head movement. He really did. He had some really good head movement. And it just seemed like as the fight went on, Barboza just got stronger and stronger as the fight went on. It didn't seem like Ray Davis, what's going on? It didn't seem like them punches was affecting him at all, even though he was getting hit flush and clean. But anybody know the other guy's name? I can't think of his name right now. But that was a pretty good performance, Barboza, I guess you could say. But man, it just looked like he got stronger and stronger as the fight went on. He wasn't tired. He didn't look like he was getting tired, winded, looked like he was barely sweating. I didn't say it. All things said it. He did have a snack logo on his shorts, and we all know the snack program worked. And he looked pretty big too. Like he looked big. Like how much did that guy weigh? He looked big in the ring. But so I seen that after the fight that Barboza confronted Rolly. He rolled up on Rolly. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what's up? Let's get this fight. And it's an exchange of them going back and forth. Now, I don't know how to show a video while I'm on here, but when I figure it out, we're going to take the live to the next level because I'll be able to show some clips of some of these things that I'll be talking about. But yeah, he rolled up on Rolly. They was going back and forth and talking. And I guess he's trying to get a fight with Rolly. And it seems like Rolly is a hot commodity right now. A lot of people are saying it's because he's the weakest champion. But, I mean, not only is he the weakest champion, he's entertaining. And people will be willing to pay to watch Rolly and whoever going to fight Rolly. So y'all could say he the weakest champion if you want to, but you do want that payday if you roll up on Rolly and you want to fight him. Him and Tank did decent numbers when they fought. And even though people were saying that's a 50-50 fight. And I was like, see, this is the thing. This is the issue I'm having with this. A lot of people keep saying Tank ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought nobody. But when the fights are building up, somehow they 50-50 fights. But then after he beat him, they're nobody. Right? Everybody was saying, oh, it's a 50-50 fight with him and Rolly. Oh, it's a 50-50 fight with him and Ryan Garcia. But now he ain't fought nobody, and all he fight is flat-footed Mexicans. He's a 30-year-old prospect. But anyway, I digress. So he rolled up on him, and I don't know if that was the Rolly's mandatory that he was ducking, that people were saying he was ducking when he was about to get stripped. But everybody wants a shot at Rolly. And honestly, I don't know why Haney didn't go take out Rolly first. Probably because he was Mayweather, and Mayweather wasn't going to make that fight and be fooling with them. But yeah, he rolled up on Rolly, talked some noise to Rolly. Rolly was like, you ain't going to do nothing. And I seen an interview with Oscar De La Hoya with Barboza, and it seems like Oscar De La Hoya is interested in making the fight with Barboza and Rolly. So when I seen that, I thought to myself, like, he may have some issues and some pushback with making the fight with Ryan and Rolly, because he may not want Ryan to get that belt. And I'm kind of torn between the beef with Ryan and Oscar. At first, I was kind of like, is this publicity stunts? Like, what's going on? Is it really real? Are they trying to pull a Tank Mayweather every time I got something going on? We beefing to kind of draw attention to ourselves, or is this real beef? But I've heard that Oscar suing Ryan, and Oscar can't talk to Ryan. They can only talk through lawyers. Like, it sounds like they getting a divorce or something. I hear Ryan trying to leave Oscar, but from my understanding, and this is what I've learned, and I've learned it from a credible source, Rachel Donaire, shout out to Rachel, who has taught me so much about the business of boxing, and I've learned so much from her about the business of boxing. And she expressed that if you're with a promoter, and let's say this is my last fight, but this fight is for a belt, that automatically extends my contract. So I'm not going to be able to just get the belt and then leave with the belt. No, it doesn't work like that. Now, I'm not sure if it extends your contract 2 fights or if it extends your contract 3 fights. I don't know how much it extends your contract, but if you're with a promoter and you win a belt, it extends your contract because they're just not going to let you leave. So when I learned that, it made me think about Shakur and how he just had that fight with Santos. I know I'm all over the place, but y'all just stay with me. And how he just had that fight with Santos and he got a belt, right? It was for a vacant belt. So I'm wondering, is this next fight with Navarrete really going to be Shakur Stevenson's last fight, or has his contract been extended? And somebody let me know in the chat, is the fight with Navarrete going to be a defense of the belt, or is he fighting to get another belt? But I'm saying that to say, if he got that belt with the Santos fight, his contract has most likely been extended. His contract has most likely been extended. And if his contract has been extended, we can stop the Tank and Shakur talk. We can stop the Tank and Shakur talk because we all know Bob is not making that fight. And the issue I have, I know I don't even got Tank in the title, but I'm going to say this real quick and then we're going to get back on topic. The issue I have with people talking about Tank and him not making these fights and this and that is they're not pointing out the fact that the people that they want Tank to fight, or the people that are saying that they want to fight Tank, are not putting themselves in a position to fight Tank. If Shakur Stevenson wants to fight Tank, why would he fight for a belt and extend his contract? Am I 100% sure that's what's going on? No, but most likely that is what's happening. If Devin Haney wanted to fight Tank, why would he go to Matchroom and fight Regis for a belt? Because you already know if you go over there and get a belt, you're going to have to fight another 1 or 2 fights with that promoter, because they're not just going to let you go over there, get one fight, and run off with the belt. That's not how the business of boxing works. So when I seen the interview with Oscar and Barbosa, him talking about fighting Rolly for the belt, it made me feel like there may be some tension with Ryan, Oscar, and Floyd, because Oscar does not want Ryan to get the belt. He probably would prefer Barbosa get the belt. He probably feels like, well, he actually said it in the interview, like this is going to be his next star. He going to be selling out stadiums. He got the skill, blah, 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 right? Oh, no. He said that about Virgil Ortiz. But I do think that he wants to get Barbosa to get that belt. Let's see what some of these comments are saying. It says, because Floyd fighter promos are better. Nobody can promote like Floyd. He is the best ever for a reason. When they say the best ever, they not just talking about boxing. Asante L say, you on the 2 cents, appreciate that. It says, rolling with Floyd, that's why he's hot. That's absolutely why he's hot. And this is what I'm saying. This is, you could feel however you want to feel about Floyd personally, or with all of however he acted, but he is able to promote fighters. He's able to move people in a way that makes them stars, or at the very least makes them entertaining and make people want to watch them. Who is Rolly? Where did Rolly even come from? He came at 135, knocking everybody out. You already seen he wasn't the best fighter when you was watching him. He got the awkward style. He can hit hard. He can knock people out. And boom, you with Floyd. And now all of a sudden, you getting a big payday fighting Tank. Right? You know, of course, you're not just going to come with Floyd. He's just going to make you some if you don't have no type of skill or no type of appeal. But Rolly has an appeal. He can knock people out, and he's entertaining. That's obviously a good formula to have as a boxer. And if you have that and you get with Floyd, he'll be able to exploit that and make you hot. Santiago says Floyd flipped on Devin because of his dad's mouth, so Floyd chose Rolly. Plus, Floyd manages Rolly. Absolutely. And That I also thought about that too, Asante L. Like, dang, did Floyd take the fight away from Bill because Bill been running around pissing everybody off, saying this and saying that and capping and this and that. And that's my 2 cents. Listen, everybody entitled to their own opinion on this channel, right? But with that being said, I also was like, you know, like I said, when you go to a promoter and you win a belt, they're not just going to let you run off with the belt and do whatever you want. Haney inherited Regis's mandatory, which is Sando Martin. So even when I heard that Ryan and Devin was negotiating to fight, I was like, they're not going to fight next because it's already been stated in the YouTube streets. I don't know how true it is that Sando Martin said he's not taking no more step aside money. He took step aside money to let Devin and Regis fight. He said he's not doing that again. He would like an opportunity to fight for the belt because who's to say the next person Devin Haney fight that he lose and then he got to start preparing and be ready for somebody else. I don't know. He may feel like he can beat Devin Haney. So he's more interested in fighting Devin Haney than fighting anybody else. So even if they were negotiating to make a fight, I didn't feel like the fight would be next anyway. And okay, we're going to get on that. Let's see. Dog City Sports. What up, though? 2 cents. What up, chat? What's going on, Dog City Sports? Appreciate y'all. We got Supreme L in the building. He says 2 cents boxing, the most knowledgeable woman in boxing entertainment. Keep up the great work, sis. Listen, y'all. That tune you was hearing at the beginning of this live that y'all liked, Supreme L put that together for me. Be sure to check out his YouTube channel. Once the live finish, I'm going to pin his link to the top so y'all can go over there and subscribe to his channel. Put y'all a nice playlist together and just chill and relax and listen to the tunes. He makes some great music. Appreciate you, Supreme L. Asante L. See, he say, send me some of that music. I heard 2 cents was playing. Asante L, my brother P's been working on some fire sounds coming soon. My movie drops in February. I will be at Atlanta in February for the premiere. Okay, you ain't said nothing about the movie, Supreme L. We got to chit chat about that. You got to let me know what's going on. All right. Okay, so I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna start talking about the music. Smooth Criminal in the building. What's going on? Okay, so then we had the next fight with the old guy that Rolly fought. What's his name? Barboza. The Barboza. I was getting them two mixed up, but man, he came in the ring and got that guy out of there. He got him out of there, and Rolly said this man hits hard, and it's not like he. And I'm not even sure how old this guy is. He does look like really old in the face. Like he looked like he probably talking fables or something. Like he's very wise and he sit at home cross-legged or something. But he can fight. It's not like he can't fight. And it's not like he can't fight and he has a lot of power, obviously. So he got in the ring. The guy made a mistake and dropped his hand. He got hit with a hook, and that's all she wrote. And I'm not sure who this guy's with or who his promotional company is with, but another fight or two, and this guy may be able to garner a fan base and have a lot of people paying attention to him because you don't really see too many older fighters coming through knocking out these guys, right? You can start calling him the prospect killer. Because he went in there and got that guy out of there. So maybe they can put him in there and use him as a gatekeeper to fight up-and-coming fighters. Or, maybe he could have opportunity to go up and fight a big name or two and garner some money, get some big paydays. You never know. He's an interesting character to watch. What y'all think about the old guy with the fight? Did y'all watch the fight? Put a 1 in the chat if you watched the fight. Put a 1 in the chat if you watched the DAZN card and watched the Ortiz Lawson card last night. But y'all better stop sleeping on that guy. Y'all was trying to clown Rolly because he was old, but he went in there and knocked somebody out. So do y'all still feel the same way about Rolly when y'all seen this guy just come in the ring and knock somebody out the first round? Does that give Rolly a little bit more credibility? Dog City Sports say, so what's next for Devin in your opinion? I believe he about to fight is mandatory. I mean, it's just that simple. He's about to fight Sando Martin because that's his mandatory, and that's it. And I don't want to create this narrative like everybody ducking Devin, so he ain't had no choice but to fight him. My 2 cents, I don't think that's the case. Some people may feel like that. I don't think that's the case. Some people may feel like Ryan ducked Devin, but we're gonna get into that. Smooth Criminal say Rolly wasn't lying. Heck no, Rolly wasn't lying. All right, Supreme L, yeah, hit me up after the show. Okay, so Dog City watched it, Ray Davis watched it, Smooth Criminal watched it, All Things watched it. Okay, so what y'all think? What did y'all think about the Barbosa fight? And do y'all think that he looked like he was getting stronger and stronger as the fight went on? And is it me or was that guy hitting him flush? I mean, his head movement was on point. He was timing them, moving their head, countering, and it just looked like Barbosa was eating them punches and they wasn't affecting him at all. So I started feeling like, man, does this dude not have no power? Like, what's going on? Santiago said he ain't watched neither fight. So then we get to the Lawson Virgil Ortiz fight. And yeah, the Barbosa fight, absolutely, Ray Davis. The Barbosa fight was the best fight of the night. That man, listen, Tony Weeks, is that his name? Tony Weeks. That fight ticked me off. I've been waiting on this fight all week. I've been watching this card this whole time, waiting on this fight. And then you in the fight in like a minute? First of all, Virgil Ortiz has been out of the ring. Virgil Ortiz has been suffering from health issues. He himself said he didn't know. He didn't know what to even expect from himself. He didn't know if he was going to be able to fight again. He didn't know if he was going to be the same. He didn't know this. He didn't know that. Nobody knew. Everybody wanted to see. He gets in the ring. He hits the guy with a hard shot, wobbles him. To me, it looked like the guy was in the corner covered up. He was just trying to recover. He wasn't eating no punches. He was blocking. And here comes Tony Weeks looking like the rough off Mario stopping the fight. And I'm like, why did you stop the fight? And I think that he did Virgil Ortiz a disservice. I'm going to let you up, Ray. Give me a second. I think he did Virgil Ortiz a disservice because I believe he needed to get those rounds in. He did look good after an 18-month layoff, but we only seen him fight for a minute. What's his stamina like? What was he going to look like later in the fight? And that's the same thing that happened to Wilder when he fought Hellenius. He got him out of there quick. Boom, the next fight, you still rusty. You ain't got to get no cobwebs or nothing off. So I believe Tony Weeks really did Virgil Ortiz a good disservice. From what I saw, he looked good. He still had speed. He still had his power. He didn't look, you know what I'm saying? Like he just need to hang it up or nothing like that. But again, we only seen him fight for 1 minute. So we didn't know. Ray, all day, what's going on? Welcome to the panel.
Oh, all day, every time. Thomas Hill giving me this nickname.
Who gave it to you?
Thomas Hill. Gave from Ray Davis to CK Ray all day. That's Thomas Hill. Salute that brother.
What's going on? What's your 2 cents? What you got?
Oh my God. Watch that. If you watch that first round again, see, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was very upset because it was so boring. Just the intro. I fell asleep before they even started throwing blows. Then I woke up in the middle of the night and I caught the recap, and I'm like, no way. Tony Weeks was looking. Look at the first couple of steps in that fight and watch Tony. He wasn't even looking at the fighters. He was looking at the between the ropes at somebody, either looking for a signal or whatever he was looking for. And I said, yo, this dude really, really did that. Like, I can't believe somebody really paid this dude to stop this fight. Like, for what? And you're right, that was a disservice. And we wanted to see what this man would look like in a ring. And he looked good, but who was he fighting at the same time? It's an entry level gatekeeper fighter to that division, and Now we're watching him come up and fight this gatekeeper, and he didn't even get a chance to display anything but a couple of punches. Like he got him with a couple of jabs, an uppercut, whatever, rocked him a little bit, and then just started throwing into his blocks. Like he didn't even really make full contact when he had him on the ropes, and this dude just jumped in. I was like, yo, somebody set this up, and it's not right because fighters need to be, especially off of long layoffs, they need to come out there and display something, get their feet wet a little bit, and we didn't see that.
Absolutely. And I just think he really did Virgil Ortiz a disservice because not only not only did you do him a disservice, if his next fight, okay, listen, the gatekeeper, that he not that good, cool. We should expect a showcase fight like that after that long layoff, right? We shouldn't expect him to jump back in
Correct.
and be fighting top competition. Cool. We're okay with that. As fans, we've accepted that because we want to see how he looked. The same thing with Jamal. We just want to see how he looks. But you really did him a disservice because we still don't know how he looks, and he himself doesn't even know how he looks
Exactly.
because you stopped the fight in 1 minute. Like I don't know who told Tony to do that. I don't know. I don't know what man. He said he seen the guy eyes roll in the back of his head, but I'm
No,
like,
come
how
on.
did you see that when he had his guard up?
Exactly. It's just it was nonsense. And like I said, watch when you get a chance. You said if you got another screen, just pull up the fight. You can even pull it up on YouTube. Just look at the highlights. Look at the first couple of steps. Look at Tony. He kept looking. He wasn't looking at the fighters. He kept looking towards the crowd where De La Hoya was sitting. And he did it. And then he turned
Uh,
around and he looked again at the crowd where De La Hoya was sitting. And then he circled around. I'm like, this dude not even watching the fighters. What is he looking at?
oh, you think De La Hoya gave him the nod?
Somebody did. It could have been Bernard. They all sit together. It was somebody. It was somebody. The president was there. Everything. I don't know the president name of De La Hoya boxing, but De La Hoya brother or something. I don't know his name. But
I
yeah,
mean,
all
it just
it's
make me
crazy.
think like if I put my tinfoil hat on, I'll be like, you know, is Virgil really okay, or are you just trying to make money off of him, basically? You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I don't know why you would do that. Like, let the man get through the fight and let's see how he does. And one, you'll be able to make a bigger fight next fight because people will really be interested versus trying to make it seem like, oh, he's back, he's so good, he got him out there in 1 round. I don't feel like that. I feel like we still don't know.
If I look at the common sense of it, in my opinion, I'm gonna state that in my opinion, he didn't want him to be outdone by Barroso getting a first round stoppage in the fight prior because he's the main event. They wanted to make it look like, okay, you know what, he ain't going to outshine our guy, and that's what it was. That's what it seemed to be.
Ah, that's a good point. That's a good perspective. And that's probably exactly what it was. Now that you're saying that. Now that you said, what you think about the Barossa fight? How you think he looked?
Oh, I didn't even see that coming. I thought it was. I was like, man, Barroso, he let people hit him. He just walks forward. Man, I don't know what this dude was doing. What I said, yo,
And he
he
dropped
sat
that
there.
hand. He dropped that
Yes,
hand and bow. I was like, oh.
exactly, and like he timed it too. He. I was like, man, because I was on the phone with Claymore. Salute to Claymore. I was on the phone with Claymore, and I was like, Claymore, this dude about to probably give it to him, man. I was watching some of his fights. I said, this dude can box a little bit. He said,
Mm-hmm.
nah, and I literally turned away from the fight. And Claymore was like, "Oh shoot, yo Ray, you got to catch it." And I come back and I'm like, "Yo, like for real?" He's like, "Yo, it's over." I was like, "It is." I said, "Yo," I said, "I'm eating my crow this year." I said, "Already 2024. Wow." He's
Yeah,
like,
man.
"Yeah."
Y'all
I
can't
said,
sleep on this guy, man. And I wonder how old he is or if he just looks like that.
I was gonna say, I think he got that disease that make you look older than what you are.
Right.
He's probably mid 30s, late 30s, but still he do look old. But his his I mean he could just be in good shape, but his I don't know if I used to work out, but your muscles when you're at a certain point and you have muscle like that, your elbows and your extra skin flaps they develop like some type of I don't know what the word is, but they get like flabby and you can see it. He doesn't have that yet, so he's definitely not to the point. Like I'm just now getting it. I'm 45, so
Right, right.
he doesn't have that yet, where the muscles are starting to, or his skin is starting to droop down a little
Get
bit
loose.
on his
Right.
yeah, where his elbows or his bends are. So I was like, it could be his weight, him draining down the weight to get to the fight. Maybe it's not showing, but usually you see that no matter what the age is, no matter how skinny somebody is, you start seeing that elbow, that like elbow flap, and I didn't see it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to look that up. Or anybody in the chat, find out how old this guy is. And like I was saying, he can really become an attraction, and he could work his way up to a big fight.
If he is old, George Foreman Part Two.
Hey, listen, he can really fight though. He's not a bad fighter at all. So maybe this will give Rolly a little bit more leeway because they've been on Rolly head about about how he really lost to this guy and they stopped the fight. But I thought that was a pretty good fight. What did you
Oh,
think
they
about the Barbosa fight?
Um. All right. So when I first started, I thought it was like he wasn't pressuring him enough. I thought he was just kind of feeling himself out. He wanted to showcase himself on the new network, the new side of the street. I thought he did a good job of peppering his jabs and his overhands. And as he was doing so, the dude started. You could start seeing the dude was still trying to fight, but he just had nothing for him, no power behind his shot. So, and he's walking forward. So what he ended up doing is he ended up getting a stoppage because he just couldn't take no more. But I don't see him. It's so weird. I was like, yo, I was talking to Claymore. Claymore was like, you crazy. I was like, yo, this dude is ranked number one. I was like, I don't see that number one. I don't know. Maybe it's he's coming to the level of the fighter, but I said I don't see that like
You
that
talking about
that.
Barbosa?
Yeah, I didn't see that ranked number
Yeah, because
oneness
he
in
was
him.
getting that first half of the fight. That dude was really getting him. He had good head movement. He was countering him. He was hitting him with hard shots. And I was like, man, he might mess around and stop this guy. But
That's
it
what.
seemed
Right.
as though as the fight went on, Barbosa got stronger and stronger, and then
Correct.
the other guy kind of started like fading a little bit.
Right. And he didn't show anything dynamic though in those rounds. Not even at the end. I mean, he started getting like I say, he started getting them jabs in and those overhands, and they started landing. And then when he started hooking them to the body, but I was like, man, this don't look like the caliber of fighter I want to see at 140. That's saying that these guys are saying this guy is number one in the WBO. He's the guy for Tio. Like where? Like I don't see it right now. But hey, if that's what they say he is, who am I to judge? They said in a way the best fighter in the world, right? So
Right.
and we
All
only
that's
see him.
subjective.
He only in Japan. He ain't fighting nowhere. So how is he covering the world? But is it? It is what it is. I get it. What I mean, some people have an eye for these things, and the eye test passes. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know if he coming off a layoff or what his story is, but I mean, he started looking better later on in the fight, but he was getting tapped. He
Yeah,
definitely was getting
yeah,
tapped.
he was definitely. Yeah, he looked. I'm not going to say basic. 'Cause I don't want to use that word. Like I just think he came down to the level of fighter he was his opponent. I don't think he was fighting above that level. I think he was just like cruising,
Yeah.
if I could say. But I've never seen him. I've never even seen him fight before. I know he was on top rank for one point, but I've never seen him fight. But we'll see. He'll get another shot somewhere.
Yep. 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 So if you had to rank the
He,
card on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it? The zone card.
um, wow. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 because I think the fights were great fights. I don't think the opponents of the fighters in those fights that came in lived up to what we expected to be. And for a De La Hoya card, and he doesn't have like super great talent. I think he picked like really decent fighters opponents for his fighters to have a good display of their skill sets. Except for like the Ortiz thing, we didn't even get to see anything, so that upset me. But as the first three cards, I thought they were pretty decent. I mean, they were all TKOs, and actually, I think the whole card was TKOs, all four fights. So that's crazy. But yeah, I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, I gave it like a 7, 6.5 or a 7. Shout out Andre Smith and shout out Time Out with Mr. Moss. Mr. Moss in the building. What up? Okay, so now I seen an interview with Barbosa and Oscar De La Hoya, and I seen a clip of Barbosa confronting Rolly Romero, And I'm not sure
Right.
if that's who Rolly had been ducking, like if that was his mandatory where he was finna get stripped. But I seen Oscar and he was basically saying he wanted to make the fight with Rolly and Barbosa. And I started wondering if he's having beef with Ryan because they already have beef because Ryan wants to make the fight with Rolly now instead of making the fight with Haney. So now the
Right.
sentiment is Ryan ducked Haney. And I'm gonna give my 2 cents about that real quick, right? And then I'm gonna let you go. Now, this is my thing, and people say Ryan has a history of ducking Haney, so he could have possibly ducked him again. And I think the word duck is subjective. I believe that if business gets in the way, then I don't think it's a duck. I think if you're being completely unreasonable in negotiations, then to me that's a duck. Like if you like, oh, I want 30 million for the fight, and you know you don't bring that type of business to the table, then to me that would be considered a duck because you know you're being unreasonable and asking for something you know you most likely not going to get. So
Absolutely.
I don't feel like Ryan ducked Devin because first of all, I sent you the offer. First of all, I feel like Devin and Ryan wouldn't have been first anyway because Devin has a mandatory in Sando Martin and he's already said he's not taking step aside money. And
Hmm.
then Ryan sent Devin the offer, and you seen him hanging out with Mayweather the other day. Mayweather probably got in his ear to make a fight with Rolly, and he probably seen a better opportunity and an easier fight to make. So he was like, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about Devin right now. I'm gonna go make this fight with Rolly. Everybody say Rolly's the weakest champion. He can go get the belt from Rolly. Then he can make the fight with Haney. They both will have belts. It will be a bigger and a better fight at that point than it will be right now. And that's just my 2 cents. What you think about that, Ray?
I actually 100% agree with you. I don't think it was a duck. I'm going to give you a little background on this. Now we already know that, and I've been saying this. We know he has a mandatory. Devin has a mandatory with Sandor Martin. I believe and I believe the first part of negotiations was to have this fight after that fight took place. But I think what we miss is the main point. Ryan's comments after his fight when he stated he's not ready for Devin Haney out of his own mouth, and that he was going to take 2 fights prior to fighting Devin Haney. Not only did he mention that, he also
Mike, I tried to
got
let
out.
you up, but you left. Whoever that
Yeah,
was,
he,
Mike, I tried to let you up.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, he definitely tried to get up there, and he tried to fight. I think he was just trying to kill the noise that we as boxing fans, and um, some Tank fans, some Devin fans. He tried to kill the noise on all that attention that boxing was given to them to, and he threw his name in the hat to try to like just throw some deterrent out. And by him doing that, he was like, "Oh, I'm just going to throw this out here, and we're going to see where it lands. Maybe I get something, maybe I don't." And I knew he was going to Rolly. As soon as Rolly called him out, and I was like, "This doesn't make sense." He has an opportunity to go fight for a belt and make this fight bigger, especially knowing that he's going to have to wait for the Sandor Martin fight. So why doesn't he take this Rolly fight and they meet later down the line, making this fight bigger? Because it's a demographic fight. You know, he's in Devin's in Vegas, Ryan's in LA, Ryan's Mexican American, Devin is African American. Devin also has a Islamic following, and Ryan has a huge teeny bopper or casual following. So we're looking at something that can create a large number of fights, especially if it becomes a unification. Why would especially as the new advisor, why would Mayweather not tell him, hey, take my fighter, go over here, get if you win the belt, I advise you to go fight Devin. It makes for a bigger fight. And if you do lose, let's just say hypothetically you do lose, at least you lost fighting with a champion and you had brought a championship in, so you're not going to lose too much credibility. If you go in there now and lose and you have nothing on the line, when's your next title shot going to be? Because you're going to drop in the rankings. So it made a little bit of sense why he did it. But all those factors come to play. 2 cents.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And then I'm thinking about, I'm like, maybe he called out Devin to leverage the fight with Rolly. So I mean, you never know. It's boxing. Of
Yes.
course, the boxers do that all the time, but I just don't think he ducked him. Like, I don't think I can duck you if I send the offer. Then I'm like, nah, never mind. Because if that's the case, then we could say Haney ducked Shakur. Like we just can't.
We can't say that either. I'll debate that too when you want, but I'll tell you why, in my opinion. But I'm not going to.
No, I know we can't say that either. That's my point.
Yeah,
Like we
yeah.
just can't say that
I'm
either.
not going to say Frank Duck Shakur, none of that.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. The
none of that.
business just didn't work out. All right, y'all.
Right.
We got Mike in the building. How's it going, Mike?
It's good.
Salute, Mike.
So I disagree. That boy ducked. Now, for whatever reason he did it, I don't care. He ducked because you called him out. You called out Haney. Haney wouldn't even think about you. You called out Haney. He said, "All right, let's get it popping." He even did a poll asking people who they wanted them to fight. There's like 57% saying Haney, and like uh, I think 40 some percent said Rolly. So I mean, don't talk nothing and don't sit there and talk all that stuff and then back out.
Right.
But
Rolly is not a Rolly not a bigger opponent than Devin, and
He
Rolly can't
can I
absolutely
fight
counter
him
is.
that?
either.
He Rolly is a
Can I
bigger
Ro-
opponent than him.
can I counter that? It's not.
Wait,
No,
hold on.
he's
Wait,
not.
let me say this real quick. Knockout 86 Boxing TV did a video, and he explained that there's a difference between a bigger fight and a better fight. Now,
it's a
Ryan and
better fight.
Haney may be a better fight, but Rolly and Ryan will be a bigger fight
I
because
say the
of
opposite.
you say
Yeah, I
the
say the
opposite.
opposite as well. I think Rolly and Ryan would be a good matchup. I think
It's a
Ryan
bet,
will beat Rolly, but it'll be a more competitive fight
and I
in
actually
my
competed.
eyes.
I said something to KO on that too, but I'm going to tell you what I say. The reason why I say it's a Rolly and Ryan's a better fight is because it's a Latino community fight. Um, that being a Puerto Rican slash Cuban versus the Mexican fan base, that's going to be huge in itself. That's a rivalry war of the Latino fan base. So that's going to be huge. But as far as it being a better fight, is we have two guys that fight awkwardly. One with his chin in the air, one that just swings for the fences and really doesn't have a defense. So it's going to be an awkward fight, but it's going to be a better fight because we don't know who can win that fight. They had a little sparring session and whatever, and Rolly was punching Ryan all around the ring, and everybody's seen that. Um,
Yeah.
at the same time, at the same time, Devin will be a bigger fight because Devin is now establishing his name, regardless of how we think of things. Who's the most talked about boxer right now? And besides Tank Davis, who's the most talked about boxer in boxing currently? Devin Haney. So in the world of boxing, Devin is going to be a bigger draw for Ryan than it will be for as per Rolly. So that's a bigger fight overall because demographics, like I said, that's going to, especially Devin being from Vegas and that fight being in Vegas, you're going to have and it being so close to Kelly, and you got the Mexican fan base. That's going to be huge. Forget bigger, that's going to be huge. But I
Yeah,
And
but
mean, to each their own.
it'll be because you gotta think we got Roland Ryan. Both of these people have already fought Tank, so a lot of casuals know who they are. And if we can get Ryan and Devin together when they both have belts, that would be a big fight. That would be like a big deal. That would be a big
Ryan
fight.
ain't gonna get no belt
Ryan is definitely gonna be Rolling.
because Ryan ain't gonna be able to fight Rolly. Wasn't that dude that just got knocked out in the first round? Rolly mandatory,
Yes,
supposed to
yes,
be
he
Rolly
was.
mandatory. Now the
And
old man is Rolly mandatory. You think he could beat him for real?
but
Wait. Rolly already fought the old man.
He
no,
gotta
but
fight him again. He got that
no,
belt.
he just
I
got
mean, he
the
got that
interim.
title, don't he?
That doesn't make him a mandatory. He just got the interim title. Same thing
Oh,
with Boots. It doesn't make you an interim until they announce it or you ask for it and they approve it.
until
It
they
doesn't make it
mandate it. Yeah.
right. Right.
oh,
It's
okay.
not mandated yet.
We got
But
Dog City Sports in the building. What's up, Dog
Hey,
City?
hey, what's
salute,
going
dog.
on, Too Soon? What's going on?
You changed your name?
Yeah, it's D Town. It was getting too confusing with D Town
Oh,
boxing.
Boxing.
that's D
Everybody was
Town.
getting
Oh, okay.
confused with it.
That
Yeah,
And
you gotta get yourself clear on these YouTube streets. You gotta
yeah,
let them know who
yeah,
you are.
yeah. So I switched it up.
So what's up? What's your thoughts about the card last night?
Okay, Virgil Ortiz. Hey, I thought that was a good fight for him. I know that. I know he kind of stopped it, and I know people think it was prematurely, but That guy
He
couldn't
was gonna
handle
hurt
that
that man
jab. That
for
jab was
real.
hurting him. That jab wobbled him, and he was real efficient with that jab, real snappy with it. He was putting them on him with that jab, and it's that one jab, that last jab, it almost dropped him. It wobbled him, and that's when he got on him. He got that left hook in, and he went to work.
Yeah,
So
it's
I can see it. I can see why everybody felt like it was stopped prematurely, but I can also see why Weeks jumped in and stopped it as well too. Because
I feel like they did
he
Virgil a disservice though. Like he ain't been fighting. He
Yeah,
not
yeah.
sure. You know, he didn't get a time to get no rounds in, and you know what I'm saying. Like
yeah, I totally understand. I totally
I
understand.
agree with that because I would rather seen him go a little bit longer, or at least get the actual knockout.
I totally understand. But
But
he wasn't doing nothing to get out of there. He was just trying to defend himself from them shots. He wasn't moving. He wasn't doing nothing to get up out of there. That jab and that hook hurt him, and he was just stuck on the ropes.
I think Castano would be a good opponent for him, for
Be
Virgil
a good opponent
Ortiz.
for Ortiz.
Yeah,
mm, oh, yeah,
I
wow.
I for to be off 18 months and to go through all what he went through personally with the mental health thing. I know we didn't get long to see him, but hey, I
no,
thought he looked it okay for the
he was physically sick.
little seconds we got him.
No, he didn't have no mental health. He was
yeah.
physically
I'll
sick.
probably be leaving out at like 4.
I I wouldn't
Oh,
see Eric
he was
Lubin.
physically messed up.
Yeah, he
Okay.
had something like wrong. Like he thought he wasn't even gonna be able to fight again.
Oh, okay, okay.
I think Eric Lubin would be a great fight for him to really test himself.
I
It
heard
ain't too.
Lubin moving up.
I heard the same thing, but hey, he still wanted to fight Earl. So is he going up yet?
Man,
He
Lubin better
did.
stay.
He did. He said he wanted to fight. He did. He was calling out Earl. So does he really want to jump up, or does he want to stay around for Earl? So I mean, there's an opportunity right there. That's one of his. That's one of his guys at the division that was saying that he could beat Earl. That just moved up. There's your chance. Jump on it. I mean, he can still make the weight, but Lubin would be a good fight for a good showing because they both got that right overhand. I'm telling you, that's a good fight.
Yeah, we're gonna see what Oscar do.
Not to change the subject, but what's the rhetoric with Ryan Duck and Devin?
What you think about that, D Town? What you
When
think
do
about
you
it?
become a duck when you the one raised your hand for a fight?
Yeah, and then
that's the same thing I
and he
said.
Well,
because he accepted it.
But they was
so
just
I
talking. It's not even nothing.
No,
Those are
they
yeah,
not
said they
nothing.
was
right,
in deep
correct.
negotiations.
Yeah, they
Um,
just talking
Yeah,
And how
all
you
right,
back
so
out?
because I got a
from
better opportunity.
That is
right. So
not a
when do you
so
become
but
a
so
duck
Rolly a
when you
better
raise your
opportunity
hand
than
for?
Devin?
no,
Yes, because it's a belt
the
that I can
belt, the
go
belt
get.
is the belt
Your
is
Yes.
the belt.
opportunity, yeah. But ain't nobody
Opportunity
gonna
for the
give
belt
Ryan
is,
credit for beating Rolly.
Yes, they are.
but that's
First
Yes,
of
they
all,
are.
what you're not acknowledging, Mike, is that Rowley and Ryan is an anticipated fight. Like
and then
you said like
right.
46% people on the poll said they wanted to see it. So this
Right.
is not like a fight. Everybody like, man, we don't want to see that. People really want to see this fight.
And
Yes.
they
That's
was beefing
only
at
because
135. You forget
Right.
that.
They got the
them
same storyline
them
for the
Devin
build up.
haters, man. They don't want to see Devin fight nobody. That's
But
the
you know
thing.
what,
They,
Mike?
they
You
don't
know
want to
what?
But
see
I feel
Devin beat
You
Ryan.
but Mike,
On,
you
on,
also not acknowledging that Devin Haney already has a mandatory he has to
yes,
fight.
he does.
So,
And then
right.
oh well, yeah. I mean, don't nobody
Mike,
want
let
to
me
see
ask you
that
a
fight
so
question.
either, though. For real, I
Mike,
don't
I
want to
let
see
me
do.
him
You
ask you
know
a
fight
what?
question.
You know
Sandor
what?
Martin.
I do because Sandor Martin beat the brakes out of a lot of people. And here's another thing.
Yeah,
I
Sandor
need
Martin good
Yes.
Devin to
fighter.
continue. I need Devin to separate himself from Teal a second time because a lot of people don't understand that by beating up opponents that other people have fought and you separate yourself, it grades you. Even though there's a triangle theory involved, it still grades you because you like,
Yes,
yo,
it does.
this guy did what this guy couldn't do at this level. So if
Right,
this guy
right.
just beat the brakes out of Sandor Martin 8-2 or and stops him, then they're gonna be like, yo, Teal couldn't even get past. Teal got knocked down by him twice. They didn't even count one. Teal was
Right.
asking himself at the end of the fight. So you want that separation. So he should take that fight on. and I think he should display why he is better. Because, like I said, he separated
Yes.
himself. When he beat
I
Cambosis, he
just
separated himself from T.O. Same thing.
wanted to
Yes.
get
That is
another
exact.
belt. I
I
ain't gonna
agree.
hold you. I just want Haney to get another belt.
Exactly. So then, Mike, you agree with us? If Ryan go
I'm a
get the
little.
belt to Rolly, and then Rolly go fight Devin, everybody already believe that Devin gonna wash Ryan. He'll have another belt.
And
Yep.
If he fight,
it'll make it a
I
bigger
don't, I
fight for
don't,
Devin.
I don't
he
know if he
just
Okay.
gonna
get a
wash him,
belt.
but he gonna beat him.
Yeah, a
Oh,
lot of people saying he gonna
Devin
wash
watched Ryan.
Ryan. Yeah, it's a
Devin
I
lot of
don't.
will.
people saying
Yeah,
Devin
yeah,
gonna
he'll.
wash
Yeah.
Ryan. I don't think he
Let me
gonna wash
let
Ryan,
I
me
think it's
but
let
gonna
me
be like an 8-4,
let me
8-4
give you
joint.
an example. This is something fun. Want a fun fact? Devin
Yeah.
Devin's been in a ring with all the fighters we're talking about. T.O., Tank, Doghouse Rules, by the way. Ryan, whoever, except for I don't think he's been in the ring with Rolly. He has been in the ring with Rolly, and Rolly's been in Doghouse Rules with Ryan, and they all felt what we say pillow fisted Devin's jabs. They know how hard he hits, and they seen how he moves in the ring, so they know what he's capable of when they fight him. Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck. That right there tells you something when people are like, "Yo, I know what this guy can do. I really don't want to fight him right now." Ryan said, I'm not ready for him." His own words, "I'm not ready for him right now. I need 2 more fights under my belt." So we already know what it is. So that right there is saying that if he gets that title, it's gonna be a bigger payday.
Yeah,
And I believe it took him talking to Floyd to
but I
realize
feel
all of
like
that.
Ryan and Ryan and Devin to do big numbers.
Yeah, but with a belt, it'll do bigger.
yeah, to do bigger numbers. And then, so
Hmm.
let's get into that. I watched the interview with Oscar because Oscar playing a big role in this too, and I kind of feel like he might be working against Ryan because when I watched the
Absolutely.
interview with him and
Oh
Barboza, it
yeah,
seems as though he wants Barboza to fight Rolly to get that belt. So I don't know. And it's like, why wouldn't Oscar should have definitely jumped on the opportunity for Rolly to fight Ryan? But he's saying in the interview, oh, Ryan's getting bad advice and he's not listening to me. And I'm like, how is he getting bad advice? Because I think he's implying that he's hanging out with Mayweather and Mayweather is quote unquote giving
No
him
doubt.
bad
man,
advice. Like,
he is
Well,
No
though.
doubt.
That's
why would
he gotta
Floyd
be.
let
Mayweather
me
give him bad
This
let me
this
advice?
why this why I think Floyd in his ear because that tweet said go and fight. Who he telling him to go fight for 30K?
um
Dang.
he wouldn't make 30 pay-per-view. That's not even a pay-per-view worthy fight for Sandor. That
No,
wouldn't even
not
be worth it.
Sandor. Not Sandor. He said it was a PBC
Hitchens?
fighter. Hitchens,
No.
Richardson Hitchens. He said go fight Hitchens for 30K. So that's how I know. The fact that he even mentioned Hitchens just tells me that Mayweather was in on what he was saying, man.
Well, of course,
Yeah,
of
Because
yeah,
he
course.
going
yeah.
to fight
Mayweather,
Rolly. He going to fight
Bill got him
Rolly.
like that.
Now if he want, now he going to fight. He trying to fight Rolly, a Mayweather fighter,
And
and
I don't know if you know about the Mayweather curse, but anytime somebody start talking trash about Mayweather,
That
they lose their next fight.
For
And
let
you
me
can
tell you
sure.
go
something.
back in the history and check. And I knew as soon as Bill started that, oh, that Mayweather
Yes.
era over, y'all scared to say it. Then I said, uh-oh,
All right,
it's
Hmm.
there's
messing
two there's
up.
two things there's two
he
things
told Hitchens not to fight, not to spar with Devin.
right.
He's
Probably
like,
And
because
don't
there's
they
get in the
gonna make a
ring with
fight.
Devin.
Probably because
yeah,
they gonna
Hitch
make a fight.
I got a
and
question to pose to y'all. Who would you think would be the A side in that fight between Ryan and Devin?
Devin.
It would
Probably
have to be
Devin.
Well,
Ryan.
if he got the belt,
Be Ryan.
I'll
if
think
Ryan get the
Ryan.
belt,
It can't be
if
Ryan.
they get a
Ryan,
belt,
Has to
Ryan
be
don't. Why
If
would it
if
have to
if
be?
because he
Ryan gets the
did over
belt,
a million pay-per-view buys.
yes,
No,
no,
yes,
Tank did
no,
exactly.
over a
no, let's
million pay-per-view buys,
Tank,
man.
let's exclude this for a second. Let's keep it a buck. If Ryan came in right now at this fight, it's Devin. If Ryan go gets a belt, it's equal. There's no way Ryan. It doesn't matter
Yeah, they'll
about the
probably
name
do a 50-50.
because because Ryan is not he's not a household name. He's a famous name. He's not a boxing name. And again, the talk who we're talking about every day, and we're not talking about Ryan. We're talking about Devin Haney every day or Tank, and we're involving the face of boxing with a guy that nobody really can stand because of his daddy's big mouth. So because of that, that is bringing a lot of attention to Devin. So Devin's crowd, even whether it be hate, like, or diss, whatever, Devin's going to bring more money to that fight.
But look at this perspective though.
I
That's
feel
what I
you.
No,
mean.
nobody is
feel you.
online talking about Ryan every day. They never were. The fight with him and Tank wasn't no let's go back and forth and argue on panels. They just made the fight and it did over
Right.
1 million pay-per-view buys.
But
That's
So-
because people thought Ryan could actually beat Tank.
beat Tank, right? And
But let's
another
be honest. We all know that at the end of the day, business coming before the ring.
right.
And when they sit down at the negotiation tables and they pull up those analytics, that's what's gonna come first. And if
That
you
don't
pull
all-
it up, it's gonna go sway towards Ryan.
But Ryan don't do
Okay.
pay-per-views
How many?
without
How many?
Tank.
That's what they're going to say. How many pay-per-views has he done? Is going to be the question.
If
he
they're
averages
gonna look at the
1.2
numbers,
million pay-per-view buys, y'all.
they're gonna look at the numbers.
No. They're going
Man.
to look at how many pay-per-views
Tank
he
Yeah,
has
Mike
done.
laughing.
Remember,
Right.
your dancing partner also dictates that. How many pay-per-views has
Yes.
Ryan done prior to Tank? That's the
None.
question.
So his
None.
average is
Right.
1.2
But they gonna-
Right. How many
They're gonna
Tank,
look
he
at
pay-per-views
didn't
has
Tank.
do it.
how many pay-per-views has Devin done on his own card? Okay, so when you look at it in that sense,
like 5.
Devin has 5 pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So it may not be the numbers, but he has done pay-per-views, and he's done enough where Bill said that he can. Bob said where he can even pay Shakur a substantial amount. So we know that the numbers they may not be great numbers, but they're sustainable. They're definitely better than Bud's numbers. No disrespect to Bud. He didn't say he
If
was
you-
losing money
No,
on
they
Devin.
And
not
on-
better
and-
than
When
and
you
on
sit
top-
better than
down,
Bud.
He
And
never
on
said
top
he
of
was
that,
when they sit down and do the numbers, and just in my opinion, I respect everybody else's opinion, but when they see Tank's average is 250, when he
Yeah.
fought Ryan, that boosted up to 1.2 to 1.4.
demographics. I mentioned that
Right.
earlier. That's the Mexican
Right.
fan base. That's going to happen no matter what.
Right, and when they do that, it's gonna outdo all Devin's 5.
no, it's not.
How?
What's
It's only
gonna
150.
You gotta
His
think
highest
about it.
one
You gotta
was
think about
150 with
think about it like
Lomachenko.
this.
That was his highest one.
he just fought Duarte on free TV, right? If the executives thought that he was a good draw, he would still be fighting on pay-per-views, man.
Wrong dancing
But
partner.
you got to take this into
Wrong
consideration.
dancing
Like,
partner.
Okay.
we also believe that Oscar is working against Ryan.
Definitely.
Just some-
Definitely.
He definitely
You
Ryan
got
need
to
to
take
get
that
out of
into
there.
consideration
That's
too,
why he bought. Yeah. Go ahead.
because he could
Sorry.
have did 50K per pay-per-view buys because of the momentum he had off of his last fight.
I
He could have
heard they don't
easily
even
did
talk.
50K. They don't. He
They-
got to talk
yeah,
to
they
him through
can't.
his lawyers like they getting a divorce or something.
Yeah. For real. Yeah, that's some daddy
Their
son
own
issues.
promoter.
That's
No,
some
no.
daddy son issues.
Actuality, Devin should be the A side, but it's gonna come down to money.
It's going to be 50-50. I think it'll be
It's
50
the same thing with
it's-
Crawford and Spence. The whole same argument. Crawford had all of these accolades and stuff, but Spence was the money guy. But
cash
I don't
cow.
even think Ryan is the money guy though.
He's not a
You feel
cash
me?
cow yet. Ryan's not a cash cow. He only had one pay-per-view. You can't dictate. So his fan base. All
Ryan
right, here's
has
another.
this is the
Okay,
thing.
let me-
Ryan has a large casual fan base, and
Right.
that's a lot in
That's-
boxing.
That's Gatorade and Calvin Klein. Like we can't really. Again, we gotta keep
Hey,
it.
you know,
we
the
gotta
boxing
keep
with
it.
a
I
Gatorade
feel
commercial.
you.
We
Hey,
gotta
Hey,
keep it a
I
buck
feel,
here.
I
Gatorade
feel you
commercial.
100, but that Gatorade and that Calvin Klein adds up to numbers.
It does absolutely. So now when, so when we look
And
at
I don't
that,
even like
that-
I don't even like Ryan.
No,
2 Cent can
no.
vouch for that.
I'm with you, and I'm with you since I'm saying that's going to help make
I
it a
mess with Ryan.
50-50 fight. I didn't say that it's not going to give him the A side. It's going to help make that a 50-50 fight. Because when Devin says, hey, look,
I can see that.
we
I
did
can see
this,
50-50.
we did this, we got more pay-per-views, we've been on other networks, people have been calling us out and been talking about us for the last 2 years. Where have you been? All you did was call Tank. We called you out, you cried and sick. You said you was fighting Pacquiao, you cried and sick. You said you was gonna fight us again, you cried and sick. Then we call you, then you call us out, and then you're running away. That's what they're gonna say. So now you know what? You're gonna
Furthermore-
make this up to us. They're gonna make this up to us now. You know how you're gonna make it up to us? You're gonna have to come in here and you're gonna have to give us 50-50 because you ran from us. You just gave us a bigger name. You just gave us a bigger draw on your resume. So you either gonna have to take it or leave it, and he's gonna have to take it.
I think 50-50.
And you already lost.
I could see Ryan agreeing to 50-50. But anything other than that, I think they'll be tripping. If
He don't
anything,
deserve
I can see that
50-50.
as well.
you'd be tripping.
Yeah.
I can see
He
that
don't
as
deserve
well.
50-50.
But
How?
I still think it's a play.
If he
Not
deserved
to get away
50-50, then
from
Shakur
boxing.
do too. Then how about that?
I just think
Like,
No,
it's a
absolutely
play.
not.
I think it's a play to get Devin pay-per-view numbers up.
Right.
Yeah, it could be.
It's marketing. It's marketing.
oh, I definitely thought that. As soon
And
as
I'm gonna be
as soon
honest
as
with
Devin
you.
said yes, I was like, oh yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't believe the hype on the Floyd and Bill thing. They cool. They real cool. They real tight. A lot of
And
marketing
Floyd
stuff.
and Oscar cool for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Look,
think they
a
be in
lot,
cahoots for
a
real.
lot of stuff. A lot of stuff behind
Yeah.
the scenes is not what it looked like out in the open.
Showmanship.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's all build
showmanship.
up.
Yeah,
It's all build up.
Floyd is the king of making people hate him.
Yes. He
People
playing
wasn't paying
stuff.
for them fights to see him win. They was paying to
Yes.
see him lose.
And why do you think they paid for that Tank fight? When
See him
Ryan
lose.
fought him?
Because they thought Ryan was gonna beat him,
Oh, all
which
right.
was
All
which
right.
was stupid.
Floyd definitely plays
But
chess. He thinks 3 years out. He's building and building from 3-4 years out.
Yes, sir.
But they
Yes,
got to make
sir.
some of these fights this year. Like we
I
got
feel
to
this-
like
see.
Tank should
We
just
got
go
to see
ahead and
this
fight
Ryan fight this
Shakur.
year.
We got to
I think-
see them face each other. We got to see at least two. We
Tank-
got to see two fights where some of these boxers we're naming face each other. We got to see T.O. fight somebody. We got to see Ryan fight somebody, and we got to see like they need to start fighting each
Well,
other.
Tia about
I
to fight
really wa-
somebody. Don't sleep. Tia about to fight somebody, and we're gonna see if Tio focus or not. 'Cause
He about to
out there
fight
did-
Jermaine Ortiz.
Oh yes, and that's not an easy
That's
fight
gonna
for
be a
him
good
at
fight.
all.
That's gonna be a good fight.
Hey,
People
if we're
people
honest,
thinking
T.O.
T.O. just
takes
gonna
the
kill him.
difficult fights. T.O. takes the difficult fights.
He
Do you-
Oh, yeah,
definitely
he
do.
takes
does.
the challenge. He takes the
Yeah.
Yeah, he
challenge.
does. Yeah, he does.
definitely
He more
does.
more so than all of them. T.O. takes the difficult fight. I don't know. People give
Um,
T.O. a hard time because he be BSing and he kind of be inconsistent, but he takes the better competition.
I like T.O. If we can get past his little mental antics, I like T.O.
T.O. just be making people mad because he be like upping himself like he just worth more than what he really is.
He is though.
Well, I think he's
He came-
underpaid.
Nah,
You
he
know,
came in the game. I do think he underpaid, but this dude be asking for what? 10, $20 million a
Yeah,
fight.
he act like he Floyd or something.
Homie asked 20
What?
million to
I
fight.
think that was
So
a
look,
far fetch.
as far as and then there's another thing I want to throw out there with Tio. As far as Bill not asking him for a fight after he won, he did say, "Yo, that's Gordo right there. What's up? What's up, Tio Senior? What's up, Senior? Yo, let's make this fight happen." Did he not say that? And what did Tio say? 20 million. 20 million. I don't care. And he said, "Yo, why you price?" He said, "Why you pricing yourself out? You know that's not going to happen." He goes, 20 million, take it or leave it. That's it. And that was it. So at the end of the day, we know he didn't want that fight with Dev.
Now that's a dub.
Also,
Now, that's a
also,
dub.
what did Matias tell Bill?
Man,
What
that
did
ain't
Matias
real.
team
That's
tell
cap.
Bill?
They
That's
ain't
not
never been
cap.
nothing.
They
ain't
was
never
on the
been
podcast together.
All
The
right.
trainer,
So
they said
initially-
they told him to wait a week. It's been 3 weeks.
Listen, this is my issue that people don't be realizing with Devin. He be tied up already. When Devin
Yes.
don't have a fight, he
All right.
don't say nothing.
So
What
I
fight
was
did
on
Devin have?
I was on the
He
Great
got a
Fanon
mandatory.
channel. I was on my brother Fanon channel, and Chantiel, please don't jump on me because I know that's your cousin.
Oh,
Please
man.
don't jump on me.
Oh
But
man.
hold on, I'm gonna bring this up, and I wish I had brought it up today because I wanted to hear what Bloodwood had to say. But listen, I was talking to the homie, and I was like, look, Fanon, that period when Steven Espinosa called him, he was free, and he said he was free, and you said he wasn't because he had just fought Loma. Tank was already in negotiations to have this fight in April with Ryan. We already knew that fight was happening in December. So when they was trying to get that fight with Tank said, Espinosa said, "You're already tied up." He goes, "No, I'm not." Because remember, in negotiations, they wanted that fight in March with Loma. I'm sorry, February. And Loma said no. They tried to push it back to the end of March, beginning of April during Ramadan. And Devin was like, "Nah, y'all gotta we pushing it back to May. There's no way I'm not fighting you weak. Like y'all see what y'all plan is. So we seen that happen.
Mhm.
So with that time frame, Tank took a fight in between for a tune-up. Am I not mistaken? He was under contract already. That's what I was trying to point out to Fanon. He was already under contract. So if he was under contract to fight Ryan, what possessed him to take the fight with Hector? He could have took that fight with Devin. Fanon's point was he was under a 3-fight deal. I said, yeah, but even though he's under contract, he still had that time. He could have took a
But
tune-up in between,
but this
just
is
like
what I
Tank
learned.
did.
But Ray, this is what I learned from Rachel. These fighters know well in advance who they're going to be fighting.
Exactly.
So Devin's been tied up for a while with the Kambosos fight, the Loma fight, and he knew right after that Loma fight that he was going to fight Regis. He already knew that. It was already in the works. It was already in the plan. So even in between that time, he couldn't fight nobody else because he already had Regis in the plan. And even with Regis in the plan, he already knew after he fought Regis, he's going to have to fight Sando Martin or Martin or whatever his name is, because they wouldn't have allowed him to fight for the belt for Regis unless he agreed with that before he made that deal.
That is
So
true.
Devin is he's tied up. He's never in a position really to make these fights.
Okay, so let's really
No.
bring it back to where I was saying. Loma's fight was in May. Tank's fight was in April. Tank took a tune-up with Hector Garcia in January when they could have took a tune-up with Devin in February.
They offered. Was that before or after?
No, that was after. That was after
was
they
after.
offered them to fight.
But
When
then you
Devin,
gotta think.
when Devin
But then
called them,
you gotta think Tank already had lined up what he wanted to do too, because
And Tank about
everybody's
to
like,
fight Ryu.
as
I ain't
soon
worried
as
about Tank.
he's not about to fight
I'm
Ryan.
not. I don't care. I'm not talking now. We talking about the time when everybody said called him out because he knew he had a fight lined up. One has said this. Devin said he should make. He was trying to get a fight in before Ramadan. He could have got that fight in with Tank. Tank decided his tune-up fight was going to be Hector Garcia. Doesn't matter if he was
Well,
under
why do
contract
you not
or
think
not.
that Tank already has his schedule planned out? Just like as soon
But he
as
did. He had a
Devin
fight with
beat
Tank can
Ryan.
fight
Regis,
whoever he
But he had
want
a fight.
though.
He had a fight with Ryan. Am I not mistaken? I said
Anybody
that.
he send a
He already had
contract
his
to, they
contract.
gonna
He
be
had a
like, yeah.
contract. Yep, they already had a contract set up for April. He decided that he wanted a tune-up fight. I'm just saying they were available. I'm not saying it was wrong. I'm not taking sides. So I'm clear. I'm not taking sides on this. I'm just putting the facts out there that these things were out there and they were available. And the
About
thing
what was
is,
possible.
right. And
Right,
then they're
right.
saying that what they're saying is that they never wanted to fight. And I'm like, hold on. There was time. There was available time. They could have made this fight happen. It was at 135. There was no argument there. But now, we're now bringing it into a whole new realm of, well, he never wanted to fight or he never wanted to fight. They both, and in my opinion, the fight's not going to happen. They're going to outgrow each other, outmove. It's going to be
It's
something
never
forever.
gonna happen.
It's
Yeah.
going to be something forever talked
Because
about.
if they
I
make
don't think
it,
so
somebody's
either.
going to be able to
Now
get
Devin too
That's how I
big.
feel.
Yeah. Well,
But
that's another topic.
why wasn't they going so hard for the Tank fight when he was at 35?
They
have
were.
been.
They were.
Not like
He's been.
this.
Yeah,
Not
it
like,
was.
but and on
Devin.
top of that, they never put themselves in a position to get the fight.
Well, who puts himself in position for that fight? They put their name in the hat like Ryan and Teal did. Teal didn't get the fight. I don't hear people saying that Teal's out there is clout chasing and this and that. Teal was worse than Devin when he was calling out Tank. He was
Yeah,
calling out Tank.
and all these
Shakur
people
didn't
we
either.
naming, all these people we naming was with Bob Arum, and Bob Arum ain't making these fights.
Okay,
Man,
but
what happened to the
did,
coin flip?
and didn't Teal jump out of Bob Arum's realm to go fight Kambosos?
He did.
Yeah. So
Got beat up.
So we ain't saying that he just with Bob Arum now. Teal ain't afraid to take chances. He was calling out Tank worse than that, and his dad was saying worse things about Tank, calling him.
I
Well,
don't
I
know
can't
why
say that.
Tank.
I can't
I
say
don't know
that
why
because
Tank
they
won't
both
fight
called him
Tio.
a monkey, and I felt bad that he was calling him a monkey, and I was mad at Teal because I'm like, yo, you just as black as us. So what do you mean he's a monkey? Like I was really
Right.
mad, and that was
I don't know
TLC.
why Tank
But
ain't fought Tio yet.
yeah,
Honestly,
Because he don't want
just
to.
It
nah.
opposes a
Tank
Well,
don't
different
want
type of
that smoke,
challenge.
all right.
man.
Can I tell you what I'm thinking was going to happen? If Devin stays at 140 and goes for 3 belts and unifies, this is what's going to happen. This is how I see it playing out. Tank has unfinished business at 135. You already said his 3 fights going to be Devin, Shakur, and Loma. He's going to take care of those 2 at 135. Possible another fight. Move up, fight Tio, and then after that fight after Tio is going to be Devin. That's how I see it coming. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I kind of see this parallel into that. Because
Ideally, that'd be great.
but if Devin moves up, because Devin only got 3 or 4 more fights at 140, he's growing too. So we'll be seeing him fighting whoever, even if it's Boots. I don't care if he fights Boots. I'm not going to say he's running from Boots. Do I think he could beat Boots? Not right now.
Hell no.
But I think if he gets a couple of fights in and gets chin checked a couple of times at 147 and he feels the power and and grows a little bit more power, it'd be an interesting fight.
You think
Like
Devin to
Keith
get Boots
Thurman.
to fight a competitive fight?
I think if he get 3 fights in at 147, I think absolutely
He on snack, man. He might.
They,
I know.
Man, I ain't snacking the
Say-
world. I'm gonna have to
say-
get on dinner and
say-
lunch too.
say less. But no, I think if he gets acclimated to the division, like most fighters do when they move up in weight, he's very possible he can, because Devin has a unique style. Devin, and a lot of people think I'm crazy. I'm like, Devin has a jab like Sugar Ray Leonard. He has that sit down jab where he just lunges and he keeps his body back, but he keeps that jab stunning right in your face or in your upper chest where it keeps you off balance. And
You
a
know,
lot
my
of-
thing about Devin though, I feel like Devin is not very creative in the ring. So
Yes.
I think Devin is the type of fighter like, I need to study my opponent and this the game plan, and I can go in there
That's
and implement
boxing.
this game plan. But if they changing something or they not doing exactly what I thought that they was gonna do, it'll give me trouble. And that's why I honestly think Tank will beat Devin, because he's not creative enough in the ring. And Tank
that's boxing.
doesn't necessarily have a certain way he fight where you could just sit there and figure him out and pick him apart.
Let's go back to Gamboa's fight before he got that leg injury. Before we talk about Tank not being able to get picked off, Gamboa was picking him off left and right, all the way up to the 10th round when he stumbled and somehow hyperextended his leg. At that point, Tank seen the blood in the water and said, "This guy got to get out of here. I ain't going to take this L." Gamboa was the only guy I ever seen, and he's a very he's the fighter that we want to see Tank in the ring with. Tank hasn't fought many people that have athletic ability, and we like to see that. Attila would be a great challenge if he wants to stay on that side of the street. Rolly's not athletic. Damn sure Ryan ain't. Barrios ain't athletic. Them guys are heavy punchers.
What?
They
heavy
flat-footed
punchers.
than a
They're
mug,
heavy
boy.
punchers, but they are
Are y'all
not.
serious? Let me
Listen.
think.
What?
Hold on, let me think.
Only other person that had some movement in him, and he still was a flat-footed come forward fighter, but he had movement, was Santa Cruz. The only other fighter.
Yeah.
What about
And him-
Pedraza?
We're talking 126. Yes, Pedraza was an athletic fighter, but it wasn't lights out like soon as can be with these guys. Is what I'm saying. If you look at the guys that he fought recently, right, Ryan, Rolly, lights out quick.
So who is
Because it-
Devin fighting that's athletic with footwork?
Who
Besides,
has
I
he
mean
fought?
Loma, but I mean
Loma.
JoJo has some boxing skills, but he's flat. He stood in the pocket with Linares. Yeah, not too many. I think he fight what's the African dude name? He fought him too. I can't remember his name. He fought him. He was pretty athletic, and Devin put a beating on him. And he fought the Dominican dude that was athletic. He beat him.
Andre
He knocked
Nova,
him
what
down.
up? Crucial content in the building. What up,
He
y'all?
knocked him down. He actually knocked. That was his last. I think that was his last knockdown. In the ring, but the Dominican dude. But look, at the end of the day, I know nobody hating on Tank. Nobody hating on Tank.
I'm hating on Tank.
I'm putting things out there for real. See, the thing is, and two cents to tell you, I defend all fighters. I'm just putting facts out there for real. Like, these are not opinions; these are facts. I use logical facts to display arguments if it comes to that. But at the same time, I will stand on those things. And if I give my opinion, I say in my opinion. But these are things that all happen. These are history. They're documented. You can go back and watch them, whatever you want to do, and see for yourself. I have no reason to bring all that shit up. But
Hey,
it's
listen,
cool.
everybody entitled to their own opinion over here.
Yeah,
There's no
absolutely.
right or wrong answer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not in
That's
that case.
and this is why I don't think Tank is going to fight Loma nor Shakur.
Why
He
do I
will.
think
He
Tank
will.
will beat Loma? Like, and
I
I
think
think
Tank,
Tank
Of
will
I
beat
think
It'll
Tank
be
Shakur.
will knock
interesting.
Listen,
Shakur out.
Tank is a bad style matchup for Shakur. Any
Yes.
explosive
Horrible.
fighter with power, that's not even gonna be a good fight, bro. And I think Tank has the IQ and the boxing skills, even though nobody give him credit for it, to beat Shakur.
He does.
No. I do too. I think Tank will knock Shakur out in under 6 rounds. But I don't think Tank think that.
I'm laughing at this guy.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I
Listen,
think I think Tank can knock out Haney, maybe.
I
I
just
I
want to
think if
see
all these fights were left up to Tank, he would take them. I just
yes,
think it's
sir.
all business.
100% right there.
I
He
think
said
I
it's
he
agree.
was
all
his own
business.
boss, right?
Yep.
You
That's
can't
it.
read off into that.
Just like
Yep.
He
Crawford.
still
They
And
has a
they their
team.
own
let me say
bosses.
something about that right quick.
That's
What is
just
up with this
overrated saying
obsession
that.
with people and wanting boxers to be their quote unquote own bosses? Like, what y'all want them to be sitting at home reading contracts or something? No, they're not.
No.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
what does
They
that
gotta
Nah,
mean?
be
they
in
the
the
boss. That's
ring.
what they got lawyers for that. They the boss.
They got lawyers,
They
they got
when you the boss,
advisors.
you hire people to do that for you.
Exactly. You
Right.
don't sit. The
Right.
president don't even make decisions. He got advisors and people telling him what to do and
Right.
the
Right.
best decision to make.
Absolutely.
I don't understand this
But if
whole you your
if
own boss.
Tank wanted to fight, he could get that fight.
Uh-huh.
Anybody he send a contract to gonna take it because that's
I
money.
I think Tank want to fight them all, but
I do.
like Floyd has always said, timing is everything,
Yes,
and
We
sir.
I
got
think
nobody
he should
we
knows
fight.
got
better.
I
Liberty in
think
the
he should just get
building.
Shakur out the way
Nobody
real
knows
quick.
better than him.
What's going
Detroit, what
on,
up?
Lil
What
D?
up, 2 cents? What's
What
happening
up?
with
Got
you?
in crew.
I
What
think
up?
he should get Shakur out the way real quick.
I don't think
I
Make that.
Shakur is the
here
least one out of all of them. I think gonna get a fight with Devin or Tank anytime soon.
and
Shakur don't got the star. He needs to build his
Yeah,
business up. He needs to
and
build
it's
Trying
his
to
business
crazy.
figure
up.
out how Loma keep getting all these chances with these big
Mike,
fights.
Because
thank
that's
you, Mike. What
that's
Bob
it.
the
That's
Arum,
it.
hell?
You hit it
Bob
right on.
Arum,
Loma got
You hit
like
it
Bob
right
4
on
came.
it. Hit it
million losses, and they like, oh,
right.
Loma a good fight.
Oh,
How is
It's
Loma
a
still a good
They the
fight?
Matrix.
they raced
it's a
900.
it's a
They
resume
hold on.
thing.
They
It's a
raced
resume thing.
999,000 of those losses.
And then
It's it's
if
it's
Tank beat
they
Loma,
done
he was
built him up.
old. He waited too long to fight him. I mean, it don't
Nah.
matter
He
what
sucked.
Tank do, he ain't gonna be able to win.
So
Loma
I
Bob
wasn't
Arum
Loma
done that with
old when
Loma.
he
so
wasn't Loma kind of older when he came into
Yes,
25.
professional
He was
boxing.
25.
yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So what
and
I
about
want
and
to
Frank
say,
Martin, right?
If he
Frank
wasn't
was like
old,
no, Frank
Devin
was
never
young,
would
but
have fought
Frank
him.
turned pro at like 23 or something. Yeah, he was a little older. Real quick. So man, I think what we're all trying to say at the end of the day is that at the end, like me as a boxing fan, and some of you guys that like Haney, what y'all want to see is y'all want to see Tank in the ring with somebody that's athletic. That's all I want to say. I want to see him with somebody in the ring that's going to make him use his toolbox. That's it. Tank is
Mm-hmm.
so good. He hasn't. I don't think he had to dig deep into his toolbox, but maybe once or twice, and not even dig deep.
Hell no.
He found that hammer one time, and that was it. Bye bye. Um, I would like to see somebody in the ring to make him use his toolbox. That's what I think the even his fans wants to see because that's why they keep mentioning Devin. I think they
Or somebody
believe
that could
that
take a hit.
that yeah, we like to see that too. But you talking 165, but up there. Um, but
where's Devin Tools at though?
Devin is he has showed
Yeah, like
his display
what
of things. Devin, here's the difference.
His fist.
The difference is the difference is between Devin and Tank. Tank is a boxer's puncher. Like he can punch and knock you out, but he is a boxer. He knows how to box. He knows how to slip, dip, catch, parry, pivot, all that.
Facts.
I
yeah.
am not going to take nothing away from Tank's skill set. I just want to see his arsenal. I haven't seen his full arsenal. I want to see it because he hasn't had a chance to do it. Right? Well, all we see him once he get in there, he hitting you, he uppercuts, or he hits you with that hook to the body, and it's over.
Yeah.
So,
So do you feel
so
like Devin is the one to pull it out of him?
I think Devin's lateral movement because
Yeah.
we haven't seen Tank go lateral with anybody. That's what I want to see, and I don't think it's that. It could be Shakur, it could be Loma. Problem is, I don't think Loma going to stand in there and let Tank punch him. That's the Loma
Right.
problem. The Shakur problem is Shakur has no lateral movement. Shakur just has backward space and head movement, and that's going to get him killed. So I want to see him
Yeah.
with some. I want to see him with somebody, and this is the reason why everybody want to see him with Devin. See, people don't think Devin has a chin. Devin stood there with Norris, who's a power puncher, and was taking them shots. Now in the 11th round, whatever, he got a little fancy and dancy and got hooked. Guess what? That happens. It's boxing. Everybody's been on those legs before, including Tank. I point out the fight, but I'm not
Tank
going to
got
say it
knocked
yet.
down before.
So
Who?
They was like, and they ruled it a push.
I
Who?
don't think that was a knockdown though.
That
In my
man, that was a
opinion.
knockdown.
Who
In
got
my
knocked down?
opinion.
Tank.
By who?
I
I
know
know
where
Who
you're
what
was
going
fight you're
with
that?
it.
talking
I
about. I
know what
can't.
It
fight
was
he's
that
talking
little
about.
Mexican dude.
Yeah, I
Dang, what
know
was
he's
his
gonna say.
name?
He's gonna say, "Yep." I knew you was gonna say that.
By
Was it
Go
who?
ahead. Go
Cruz?
ahead. This wasn't the Santa
Nah, it
Cruz.
wasn't Cruz. Yeah,
Was
yeah,
it?
Leo Santa
Yeah,
Cruz, not
that's where he
Pitbull Cruz.
fell
Yeah.
at.
Okay.
Bro,
It was
bro,
I
see
Santa.
was
what I'm saying? Y'all
I
be
was gonna wait
creating,
for you to say. I was waiting for him to say that.
bro.
It's
It
okay.
be these narratives, bro. Tank ain't been knocked down in no
All right.
professional fight.
To support
Okay.
his argument, I'm gonna go with this with the Loma fight. Did Loma lose on paper? Is it in the
Yeah,
books
yeah,
history?
he did. He
Okay.
did.
Did Tank's knockdown count? Is it in the books as a knockdown?
But
Mm-mm.
No.
look, I
No.
watched.
Okay. In the story. So there's no need to even bring those up. They're
Nah,
irrelevant.
Exactly.
no. Because I don't recall Leo Santa Cruz, bro. The same spot where I'm at right now, I watched that fight. We was at a hookah
He
bar,
got
me and
knocked
my
down
lady.
by Pitbull, but he didn't.
No,
They
Oh,
said
he
it
was
wasn't a
no
knock.
he no
They
Just
he
said
never
it wasn't a
fallen.
knockdown. That was a
He
just
never
Pitbull
like
fight.
he
Crawford
never
got
failed.
knocked down too
He
by
never
Mean
fa-
Machine, but they ain't counted.
Look,
if we
Tank
go if we
ain't been
go
knocked down in no professional fight. What are y'all got it? Look, if you got a YouTube channel, put it up as a short, Joe, and I want to view it because that's cap, bro. Tank ain't been knocked down before.
Let me let me see if I can
What
find it.
was
Hold on.
on canvas?
I thought it was Pitbull Cruz,
Nah, he
but
didn't even hit the
he
canvas. He
No,
put
it
his
was Santa
hands
yeah, I
down.
Cruz.
He
thought he
went there.
did,
His
but if
body
your
hit the
glove I
canvas.
know, but I think if your glove touches the canvas, they count that.
His
That's
glove, his butt was on the canvas.
Hey,
but
look,
They,
y'all. Hey, look,
They didn't
I'm
rule it
not
a
hold on,
knockdown. They
I'm
didn't rule
not
it a
going there.
knockdown.
Exactly, 2 cents. If it's not
y'all.
on paper and it's not a part
Right.
of history, it don't count.
Exactly.
No. I want to see the footage, man. If y'all can pull up that footage, I don't recall Tank being knocked down in no
Nah.
fights, bro.
Tank done
I'm
been on the
looking for it
canvas a
right
couple of
now.
times with
I'm
his
looking for
Somebody
it
momentum
right
of his
now.
punches, so that don't mean nothing. He done been
so
Right.
on
nah,
that.
he went
Rolly
backwards.
he was down on
He
he was on
fell
the canvas in
backward.
a Rolly fight. Rolly pushed him down.
Nah, that's that. I wouldn't talk about that fight.
Well, pull it up, bro. You got a YouTube
Rolly
channel?
pushed
yeah.
him down because Tank
Go
kept grabbing him, but I wouldn't talk
somebody
about
go
that.
clip it. Go find it, clip
Hold
it,
on.
and then and put it in the chat.
No, you find it too, because you just said that,
Oh,
bro.
who me? You
You,
want me to find it?
yes,
Oh, that's no doubt. Oh, hold on. Never say less.
bet on my
It's
life,
in a
because
few.
people go to talking and don't be
I
having no real proof, man. They just be putting smut on folks'
Leo's.
name.
You did you see the Leo Santa
No,
Cruz fight?
I just told you, bro. I was at the same spot where I'm at right now at this hookah spot, watching it with my lady. That boy ain't get put down in that fight.
no. Y'all
Okay, now
hear y'all hear? Hold on.
let's see the punch or whatever that came from the knockdown.
See, that was all four on
Uh huh.
Christian.
Did
Oh man.
what did he got punched down or pushed down, bro?
No, he got pushed.
That's what I'm saying.
Punch,
He did.
punch.
So that
That's a
was a
hook.
push.
That was a
That
hook,
That was
bro.
a
that
push.
That was a hook. That was overhand.
Come on,
That was
man.
overhand.
Lord have
I know what
mercy,
I'm talking about, bro.
That was
bro.
And he
overhand.
just
That
wasn't
was an overhand.
buzzed.
That was
He just
it was
wasn't
it was a
buzzed
Bro,
from
I
it.
He
didn't
was
see
heavy
one
already
punch land, bro.
going down when that hook came. That overhand came. He was
okay,
already going down and back.
but it still was a punch that did it,
Come
brother.
on,
It
man.
was a
It was
punch that knocked him down, man.
No, it was the. It looked
unfortunately
like the forearm to me.
look, and
I
I
ain't.
actually had that
I'm
same
not.
video.
I'm
I had
not
the same
Yo,
biased.
video. I
come
was about
on,
to put
man.
up. I'm not listen.
Oh,
It's
he got
I
the Rolly
said
joint up
I
there.
already said it.
Hey, you could turn that
Look,
down a little bit. You can turn it down a little bit.
I already said it. Look, it doesn't matter. It's not on paper.
Exactly.
I'm not
Exactly.
counting it. I don't
Exactly.
even know why. I don't even know why I got. I was just telling you that it did happen, but it didn't count.
Lord have
It was a
mercy.
push. It was a push. It was a
Yeah,
push.
that's what it looked like
Oh,
to
Oh,
me.
come on now.
if it was
It
anybody
was a.
else but
It was a
Tank,
left. It was
y'all
a. It
wouldn't
was
be
two.
saying that.
Y'all,
No,
No,
come
I
on,
Nah,
saw.
he
I'm
man.
not.
pushed
Look,
him though.
I,
Hey, I'm
it
not
was
a
a.
big Tank supporter. I'm not a big Devin. I
Yeah,
support Bud
exactly.
more than
And
anybody,
Handy
so I'm
Booty
not
touched
biased.
that canvas, y'all would have been like, yeah, knockdown. They ain't counted. Ooh, Bill Haney better not say nothing about that. Like, come
Yeah,
on, man.
listen.
I feel like people
Us,
hate
us,
Devin
us.
because of what
True.
Bill be saying,
Yeah,
man.
they do.
I
That's
don't
that's
think
the
True.
only
nobody
Us.
hate
reason.
Devin though. I really
No,
don't think
it's
nobody
listen.
hate Devin.
Devin's. I say this all the time. Devin's skill sets gets diminished because of Bill's big mouth all the time.
It
Yeah,
do. I've been
for
said that.
real.
It's sad
I
that the
mean,
boy
I
got
ain't
so
gonna
many
lie. If I had
skills
a
and can
son that
box,
box,
and his
in that
father
box,
takes
I'd be
away
talking
from
big
his
stuff
game.
too.
So his father takes away from his
Yes, his
accomplishments and his
correct.
achievements so much.
But no,
Exactly.
it's because people think Haney can be beat. They hating. Ain't nobody hating on him. They just
No, he can be
think
beat.
that he could be beat. To me,
Everybody,
that's what I
all
get.
every fighter can be beat.
No question.
You
And
see,
then
you
I
see,
think people just like to
Until I
argue.
see Hanos go down, it's like, nah,
you
nah.
see. You never seen Floyd. Floyd didn't go up in there and fight Paul Williams. I'm just saying, every fighter can be beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winky Wright called Floyd out before he went to 154 and fought Canelo, but he ain't want.
Man,
He ain't want.
that's when Floyd was fighting at like 140 when Winky
He
Wright
was
was calling him
no.
out.
He's at
Yeah.
147. He had
Floyd
two.
got a couple fights that's questionable, so
Bro,
we
he
don't even
had
have
it.
to go there.
And you talk about getting knocked down. His hand hit the canvas against Zab.
And what happened at the
Yeah.
what happened the rest of that fight?
It doesn't matter. That was a knockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It
Okay.
was. It
Okay.
was.
So why is that a knockdown, not the tank one? It's the same thing. It's not on
Because
paper.
you actually
It's
saw a
not on.
punch hit Floyd, and Floyd.
I just see the punch hit. I just see the punch hit him. Regardless if it was what happened first, it was the overhand that put him backwards. Regardless, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Because if you seen that in the street fight, you be like, yo, he just dropped him.
No, I won't. I'm a
Oh
real
nah,
laugh.
I'm keeping
Never,
a
man.
buck.
But
I'll keep it.
nah, bro. Nah.
The
I done
punch
seen
landed.
plenty street fights.
The
I
punch
know when
landed last.
I done
The
set
punch
people on their
landed
pockets
last.
before, bro. That
The
ain't no.
punch.
That's nah, bro. A
Listen,
push is man. A push in the fight is a push in the fight. When you connect,
it,
don't nobody give you no credit for cause you didn't rush somebody and they fail. He rushed him and he failed, man. That's all.
he
And then,
did the
all
punch
right.
land before he fell.
Oh my
It
God.
was no
Yes or no?
punch that land.
Yes or
He
I didn't
no?
see
literally
no
pushed
I
him.
didn't see
no
He
no
connect.
punch.
literally
The
pushed him with his
overhand.
forearm.
The overhand hit him when he landed. When he hit
Yeah,
him.
he gave him a three
It was the
piece and a
over.
biscuit, and he failed.
I
I
Man,
didn't
don't know
come
see
about
on,
the
that,
three.
but
man.
I
I
can't
don't know
say
about the
what y'all
three
saw.
piece, but
He gave him a
listen,
three piece.
Exactly, man. Y'all on narcotics, boy.
I
narcotics.
didn't
He
see
matter of
what
fact,
y'all saw, but I ain't
he
tripping.
it
Look,
wasn't the
exactly.
overhand that knocked him down. It was the straight
The,
right before it.
the straight left came in, and then the overhand on the right came in and hit him.
Yeah, he gave
So
him
But
when
that two
but if he
piece and
pushed
so
then
him
when
in,
that
did the
biscuit at the
elbow? When did
end.
the forearm come in?
it
When
was
did that
prior
come
to
in?
that. Prior when he
It,
rushed in, when he first rushed in, he put the forearm, pushed him back, and then he threw two jabs and then an overhand right.
Okay, man. Okay, whatever y'all say, y'all got it today, man. I ain't got the energy to be tweaking.
Brother, I ain't here to argue. I said it didn't
I
count.
know.
Yeah.
I
It
was
doesn't
I
matter.
was supposed to be getting this truck done. Let me just mute my mic and just listen.
Hey,
No, y'all, we've been on
Now
here
listen,
about an hour and
yeah,
30 minutes.
listen.
I appreciate y'all for coming up here today. I enjoyed the chit chat. Thank y'all for coming up here and giving y'all 2 cents. Hey, listen, if you're in the chat, be sure to punch that like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you listening to the replay of this live, be sure to like. Let me know your 2 cents. Let me know and drop it below. Give everybody their last words. Ray, we could start with you. Close us out.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Great talk, fellas, ladies, and the queen in the house. We got to give her all the praise because she
for
brought us
sure.
up here. It's been a great start to 2024. Some questionable stoppages, but whatever. We can live
Like
with that.
always.
You know what I mean? We can live with that. But it looks like we're gonna have a great year because it seems like we're getting off to a great start. On
Facts.
that note, um, I support boxing. I love boxing, and I support the fighters in it, no matter what cloth they cut from. I just want to see the great fights like everybody else. Thank you for having me. Salute.
All right, Crucial, since you came up
Hey.
here last, I'll let you close us out. D Town, what you got next?
Just peace to everybody. You see the new handle, make sure you know it's me.
Detroit. My
All
dog.
right, peace.
Peace out. All right, Crucial, what you got?
Oh no, lady. Man, Deuce, I appreciate you having me on your channel, yo. You doing your thing, man.
Appreciate it.
Doing
Appreciate
your
it.
thing, man. And just forward movement. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing. We gonna support you. Put your cash app in there, and it's all love, lady. All right.
All right, y'all. Thanks everybody for coming by. This
Yeah.
is Jay, R2 Cents, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you like. And if you're listening to the replay of this live, let me know and drop it below your 2 cents.
Thank you.